Okay, so you clicked on this. So we really need to talk, friends. Now, roll it. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the new, brand spanking new Shootin' the Breeze. It's so exciting. At least 100 people are excited. Oh, God, so many views. But as I always promise, 10 likes and it gets another episode. Get the views up. Let's get the views up. Share these videos. Who doesn't like me rambling on about complete and utter bollocks? I know, I like to talk about it. That's what I do. That's what I do. Anyway, so what we're doing today, if you haven't seen this before, these are more sort of a like podcasty kind of me talking rubbishy kind of stuff. Podcast without the podcast, really. More like a Zencast. That's quite good. I quite like that. Might use that in the future. Jesus, you learn on the job, right? Anyway, so we are with Rain today, looking very pink. I've just got him to 120 actually, so I'm just running around and just got my reputations up. Just got a World Quest open. So I know it's probably not that interesting to watch, but it really is the kind of background noise to what I talk about anyway. It's nothing special. So I'm going to run around and fly about and stuff, so that'll all be happening in the background as we converse, me and you know, like the old days. Can I say that now? I've been doing this 18 months? I don't know. Depends how long you've been watching. You might have subscribed yesterday, so this might be a complete load of rubbish to you. You know, what the f is this? This dude does PvP videos. Yes, but this is something better. You know, is it better? Can't say that. Can't say that about my own channel. This is something a little bit closer, a little bit more intimate with us, and you can just sit there and listen to me talk about absolute rubbish, as I've already stated. And today what I want to talk about is, probably saw in my very very quick intro, which is going to happen now. I realise that maybe I do really long intros and it's a little bit boring. It bores me sometimes, so I don't know, God knows how it makes other people. Didn't know invasions are on. Well, I must get on my other characters soon. Yes, I'm in PvP in here because I just don't want to get interrupted while I'm making this video, really. And you know what it's like. I've done it before. I was trying to make a video and all of a sudden some rogue starts ganking me. Oh mate, come on, give me a break. I'm trying to do a video here. But you know what rogues like. They've got no respect. Got no respect at all. So is what it is. We just have to muddle through, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a video very soon of what I think. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to structure it yet. And I really don't think as well. I don't want it to be like a bandwagon jumping thing. But then I thought, do you know what? As you probably know, if you watch any of my stuff, you know, I'm a vanilla player, right? I was playing this game. I think the second month it came out, I was playing this game, and everyone's sort of having their opinions, and obviously this channel gives me the chance to voice mine, and so for that reason and that reason alone, it's just a bit loud. It's a little bit loud, is it? Turn that down a little bit more. Yeah, and I think because you know I did play it originally, I've got quite a valid opinion, really. And it's a strange one because I've watched a lot of videos on what people say. You know, people are really interested in. And I'm sorry, this whole video will probably mostly me talking about this sort of thing. A lot of people saying, oh, you know, what ends up killing WoW is WoW kind of thing and that sort of stuff. And I suppose to a point that's probably true. But I do honestly believe there is room for both games to exist. What my concern is that I think classics really hit a nerve with people, and I think what disconcerts me the most is that because all these, you know, like these popular people that are on the internet and stuff like that, these YouTubers and streamers, these Twitchers as I call them, are, you know, doing their bit, and you know everyone's playing classic. If you weren't playing classic before, on Twitch you should be now, because that's what everyone's playing, kind of thing. It's the flavour of the month. Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk it that vanilla would be flavour of the month on Twitch in 2019? But yeah, so everyone's playing it, and you know, a lot of these people didn't play it originally, and of course it's to them it's probably a whole new game. For the life of me, I can't really remember playing it. You know, it was the game I fell in love with, as I said in the video before. And the point I'm trying to make is that the game is so different. And as I said, I will do another video on this where I can sort of articulate my thoughts a little bit better and maybe do a little bit of research on what I want to say. And this is all kind of a little bit off the cuff, but it's just sort of like accumulating my thoughts that I've had over the last couple of weeks. And as I said, I'll do something a little bit more solid and professional later, but this is shooting the breeze. It's just me talking. I just think it's opened people's eyes up to what the game structurally originally was about and what people did fall in love with, i.e. what I fell in love with. I think because it's been so long, people like myself that have always played this game kind of forgotten what it was we actually fell in love with in the first place. And I'm just as guilty of that as anyone else. I think you know, it starts off with little increments of quality of life, and then all of a sudden you end up with this game that practically plays itself. And i.e., you know, mission tables or things like that, and stuff that I don't know. That I think, you know, every journey starts with that first initial step, doesn't it? And I think you know, we probably little things were creeping in over the years. We thought, all right, yeah, that'd be quite handy, like queues, you know, things like dungeon queues and stuff like that was obviously something that I can't remember me. To be honest, I've never really played that many dungeons, and at the time all this was going on, was between BC and Wrath and stuff like that. I was in a guild anyway, so I wasn't really worried about queuing for stuff. But then when my sort of guild started dying around Cataclysm, I remember Cataclysm doing a hell of a lot of dungeons and queuing and stuff like that. So I do remember using that and thinking that was a good idea for people like me who just sort of was hop on, didn't really talk to anyone because I said all my friends stopped playing. And it's, you know, it's nice that your friends play, but if they stop, then you got to start all over again and sort of make new friends. And it's like, oh, you know, my friends will be back, I don't want to sort of desert the guild or whatever, and you know, next thing you know, they don't ever come back. So it sort of puts you in a situation. I think, as I said, I think over time, not only does your memory erode of the things you thought were important to you within the game, but also you start to, as I said, you start to think, all right, okay, well, this is for the best of the game, the best for the game also, as well as me. And I think what this classic beta has proven is not necessarily the case, and I think that it's highlighted how far this game has come from the original concept of what it was supposed to be. And also you've got to remember, the people making this game now aren't the people that started making it. Do you know what I mean? They really are. You know, it's a completely different group of people. You know, I think like people like Ian Hazakostas, people like that, they started playing this game, you know. They were playing this game when it came out. They had nothing to do with Blizzard. And, you know, all the people that have made the game have either left or moved on or do other things, you know. And I think I'm only this is my own opinion, and I think, you know, everything has a reason, and the reason the game all of a sudden is, what am I doing here? What am I doing here? Placing it to. Alright. It's not incinerating them, though, is it? Oh, Jesus. Eventually, Christ. It's not going to take forever, is it, to do that? Can I just kill it? Let's do what I do best. So yeah, so my, obviously these are my opinions. Why am I giving you my opinion? Because I think it's important that everyone has a say in what they think of this game. And I think what happened. What corroded it? I'm not, because this is the thing, right? I'm not bashing BFA. I'm playing it, right? I'm playing it now. I'm playing it as we speak. I make my channel is BFA, but I think because you never really know what you've lost until it's gone, sort of thing. And I don't think people realised. I know certain, because also another thing you got to understand is that the world has been, since the Cataclysm, over the game's lifespan, the world has been, since the Cataclysm, like that longer than it has the original WoW. So the original WoW is a shorter time frame from when Cataclysm is to now. So the new world has been here longer, to cut a long story short, longer than the original one. But I used to love the original world. And I will be making videos of me doing really inane, boring things. I can see it now. There'll be probably me running things like my favourite dungeons. I'll probably do my favourite dungeons thing. Not the dungeons that they are now. The dungeons they were then. Do you know what I mean? Like Shadowfang Keep. Shadowfang Keep was one of my favourite dungeons because that's where I used to get your robe of Aragorn in it, and used to get your staff in there. And for wizards, that was the place to go if you were undead, right? And so I'll probably post those maybe on my priest and on my warlock. Still not decided on names yet. I'm gonna probably go really vanilla, as it were, with my names. I can see it's to see like Zenzul or something like that. Sort of ridiculous. And yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. But that I'm really looking forward to it. I just think it's going to be great, and I just think it's really going to be cool to go back and do that old stuff. But the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I don't think really people understand what the game initially was. When you log on now, you log on and you go, right, okay, I'm going to go and do my world quests, or I'm going to level my rogue, or I'm going to do this. And when you played the original game, you really didn't know what was going to happen. Now, what I mean by that is that you can go in and say, right, I'm going to do a bit of Taran Mill, or I'm going to do a bit of this, or I'm going to do a bit of Hillsbrad and stuff, and that's all cool. But you would, there'd be things that in the game, the fundamental game was you in the world. We've lost that. The game today is not like that. I'm out in the world because I've got to get all these. I've got to get my oil levels up because I've got bugger all stuff, right? But fundamentally, I probably wouldn't be. I'd just be sitting in I don't know, Dalaran, waiting for my PvP queue to pop on my Shadow Priest or my Warlock, and murking it because I can't get into a BG on my Horde characters. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same game. Now, when you start playing the original classic WoW, you'll fundamentally understand straight from the off. Go, Jesus Christ! You've got to work for everything in this. Everything you got to work for. It's none of it's on a plate for you, whether it be your level, your professions, your gear, nothing. You start off literally in rags. And you progress from your character from that, and the sense of achievement of what you actually achieve within the game is 10 times stronger than it is now. You know, you just see people wandering about now, but in those days, you know, they had certain gear or they had certain titles or stuff like that. That was what it was all about. But then you also had that bigger sense of community, which this game has lost. It really has lost that. You know, you'd be out killing something or trying to kill something, you can't do it, and you have to group up. You have to, because you shit out otherwise. You won't last 5 seconds. You know, trying to kill an elite. You can try, and a lot of people will. People will just be going, "Hey, what do you mean I can't kill this on my own? What do you mean I can't kill this on my own? What do you mean I can't kill this on my own?" Oh, they're trying and dying. Oh, great. Do you know what I got from that? I got discarded Zandalari brooch from that chest. Exciting, isn't it? I'm so glad they put chests in this game. It's really cool. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Oh, come on! Could have used freedom there, but I couldn't be bothered. Yeah, really, I mean, literally just brand new, fresh 120 today. That's why I've got no gear and getting absolutely battered. Yeah, so have I done all these? I've done all these, right? Okay, let's go and get back to the base. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, when they keep doing that as well. Every time you click on something, look, click on that. Oh, that comes up. All right, I've got the idea. So yes, it's going to be fascinating because it really is a matter of attrition as well, and I think people will quickly understand that, you know, you have to work for everything that you want to achieve in the game, but the whole thing as well also is that the leveling process is probably the thing I'm looking forward to doing. And you'll get in there and you go, oh god, this is a real grind, but that's the point. It's the point of, you know, I'm level 25 and then you get to level 26 and you get a new ability and you're just like, you know, that's, oh yeah, I've got a new ability at 26. There's always something that's going on that you're looking forward to. You're out in the world and an epic drops. You know, you get the Staff of Jordan in Feralus or something like that, or the Icemail Jerkin in Hinterlands. Believe it or not, in Feralus I did get the Staff of Jordan, and believe it or not, in the Hinterlands I got the Icemail Jerkin, and the Icemail Jerkin was the biggest pile of crap you ever wanted to see. Trust me. And I just remember getting those 2 epics because, and it, you know, could you name what epics you're wearing? Could you really? No. Those 2 epics I sold. I didn't even wear, but you know, because obviously the money was so scarce, and you know, that's another thing. Money's so, you know, tight on the ground. You won't be able to just sort of run around and go, oh, spend 100 gold on this, spend 100 gold on that, because you just won't have it. Be a select few. I think initially all you'll see on servers is for melee you'll have warriors because they're the best tanks. They're pretty much the only tanks in vanilla. You can bear tank it, but it's not the same. Priests, because priests are the best healers in vanilla. Lucky because I play one, but he will be of course more shadow. But I will be doing some healing. I will be doing some healing dungeons. I'm not sure I'll be doing healing PvP. I think that's just one step beyond, as madness will stay. But I will be doing some healing in dungeons, so I might put those up. We'll see how we go. Depends if people like it. If they want me to, I'll put it up. Yeah, because I'm quite looking forward to doing some. One of the places I'm looking forward to going is Scarlet Monastery. What's the one I said before? Where you get the robes of Aragorn from. Jesus Christ, I spoke about it earlier. Anyway, you know the one I mean, right? And you get where Aragorn is. Fuck me, I can't remember what it's called. What I've got to do here? Oh, shell game. I wonder how many times you've done the shell game, man. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. I'm looking forward to doing Scarlet Monastery. I used to love Scarlet Monastery. That was always good fun. What else am I looking forward to doing? I loved the Sunken Temple. Sunken Temple I always used to love doing. Really love that. So I look forward to doing that also. I can remember there also being a quest when you go into... Oh, fuck it. Done this wrong. When you go into Sunken Temple, there's a quest you got to do, and it's about when you're in your 50s, level 50, you can get like a blue item, which is really good for whichever thingy you play. And yeah, so that's going to be good. I think it's like a trinket for warlocks. Either no, it was a trinket and your scythe. You know, the scythe you get, the first initial scythe you get for warlocks. You get that. That's pretty cool. And I think there's a trinket or something like that. You get that in mid-50s. I remember you have to go to Ashara and go speak to like a Furlbog to pick up that quest. Always remember that. Everything will feel bigger. The world will feel bigger because you've got to run everywhere. And again, that's a real ball ache. But even if you wanted to rush everywhere, you can't. Because there's no, you don't have an auto speed button. Everything is at a slow pace because you can't, even when you get your first mount of 40, they're slow. They're real slow mounts, and when you get your epic mount, they're not really that fast. And so everything's really slow. My only danger for what I see is, it's hold on, what are we doing here? Where else do we need to go? Alright, I've got to do that one there. Right, it's going to kill Tambano. Yeah, so I'm basically picking up my first blues. Where's it gone then? Oh, fuck. I'll tell you what, let's fly to Zandalar because it's over there, isn't it? Yeah, my big concern is in those days you weren't pressured. There was no peer pressure to do anything. There was no this, there was no that. And now everything's got to be done really, really quickly. And my concern for people, not for me, because I'll play the game exactly at the speed I want it. No one will pressure me on how I want to play the game. I'll probably be leveling my priest. I'll probably be leveling a warlock. That's probably what I'll do. That's probably what I'll play. And I don't know which order they'll do it. I don't know if I'll get one to 60 then do the other one. I don't know whether I'll just have 160. I really don't. I don't care at the moment. All it is about just playing the game and enjoying it. That's it. Now, that's fundamentally. If you are thinking about doing this, take it from someone that was there and has done it. I wasn't one of these people that was 8 years old when it came out. I was in I don't know, well, was I? I was early 30s when this came out, so I was a man in those days, which I still am. But you know what I mean. I haven't got rose tinted spectacles about it. I was around then. I was, I wasn't sort of like 8 and sort of looking over my dad's shoulder and going, "Oh, this game looks fun." I was actually there playing it, and go into it. And if you take anything from this video, go into it with the mindset that you're going to just enjoy playing the game. Because trust me, you will enjoy playing it a lot more. Because if you go into it going, Spurgy and all, I've got to get 60, I've got to do this, trust me, you'll end up hating it. Because it's a different game, it's got different rules. You'll come across a different set of people that will play and treat you in a different way. Not everyone, because you're always going to get tossers wherever you go. I get them on my comments. Just idiots, just people like, oh, just get a life, man. You know what I mean? But if you get enjoyment by sitting behind your computer and slagging off someone you don't know, then that's all good to you. all power to you. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, honestly, if you take anything from this, just play the game the way you want to play it. Don't feel peer pressured into getting to 60. To be honest, nothing's been going to be going on much for a couple of months anyway. Just get in there, play it, see if you enjoy it. And also, play at a pace that you want to play at. Don't go into it going, as I said, all spurgy, and just sort of go, no, you don't. Just sort of take your time. Get to know how the game works. Get to know the fundamentals of how it's structured. You know, you play a rogue, you've got to go. I remember you got to go to Tinkertown, and in the old days when I played Night Elf, you had to go and buy your poisons. You have to buy poisons. You don't get given poisons. And there's a rogue quest where you have to go and get your thieves' tools, which I've still got, and you get like a certificate of roguery or something like that. You have to go and do. I remember in Westfall, there was like this little tower, and you had to go and do something. And then also as rogue, you used to get something called Swift Thistle, and Swift Thistle will give you a regeneration of your energy. You know what I mean? This little minutia that makes your character and makes your character feel important and stuff like that. You'd have to stay on top of it, I'd say. And it made it an interesting game. If you were a hunter, you know, you'd have to. Oh, whoa! 5 minutes before this queue's finished. What is it? Bramblewing. All right, okay. Trust me, mate. Right, I've done this already twice today. Because I've got my druid up to. I think he's up here. Should kill him time. Up here, I think. I got my druid up to. Where is it? Up here, I think. This one? Yep. I got my druid up to 120. Also got my warrior up to 120, which I did quite a while ago. Right, let's get this down. Let's try and get some down going. Yeah, so trust me, play it at your pace. Enjoy it. Get used to what you're supposed to be doing. Get used to the uniqueness of your class, because every class is unique, you know. And also, I would say, be careful what character you choose. Or if you're not really sure, just go and level each one to 10, because that will give you a real flavouring of what the class is like and what it's going to be in the future. Yeah, of course, you get extra talents and all that sort of stuff, but that's no different from endgame, really. You know, there's very few things that are that much different. Your class might play a little bit different, but fundamentally, the damage is not too dissimilar. Do you know what I mean? So, but think about those things that what I'm trying to say is I've been trying to think about the things that maybe other people aren't thinking about. And you know, you see all these streamers and they're rushing. Don't do that. Seriously, don't do it. If you want to play classic how it should be played, and again, I'm not telling you how to play the game, but if you want to take it for someone that's been there, if you want to play it how it's supposed to be played, just think about it, or maybe even write it down, or as I said, you know, get each character to, maybe you've got 3 or 4 different classes you want to play. Get each one to level 10. See what you think. I mean, at level 10, you start like a hunter. I think you get a hunter's pet at 10. Before that, level 10, you don't get a pet. Nah, you don't get a pet. I can't remember on my warlock. If well, I look up my Aztuk is my little imp. I'm not quite sure what level I got him. I don't remember having him from straight off from the kickoff. You have to. But you know, with pets for your warlocks, you have to go and earn them. You don't get given them, right? You have to go and learn them. You have to actually go and get them. Like your void walker, your sucky, and all that sort of stuff. You have to go and earn. There's a quest for your infernal, and every class has. You know, they started bringing out these class halls. That's in the original game. That's what your class was. That had that individual identity. You know, you had that row. Or as I said, you had to go and get your thieves' tools. You had to learn lock picking. You had to learn your weapon skills. So if you were, you know, using swords, and all of a sudden you swapped over to daggers, you'd have to go and learn that. You have to go and learn how to use a dagger. You couldn't just pick up a dagger and go, oh yeah. You'd be like, you have to go and hit like a level 1 or something and go, and then your skill go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know, you have to work every single level you go up. So if you went up from 30 to 31, your skill level would go up. So let's say you were 30 of 30 on daggers, you go up to 31, it would go up to 35. So then you'd have to learn another 5 levels to get it up to max again. Yeah, everything was broken down, and it was bloody hard work. I mean, I don't think it was never difficult, but it was never supposed to be. Do you know what I mean? It was immersive. Warcraft now, and I've heard some. This is not my saying. I can't remember who said it. Warcraft now isn't an MMO, as in there's a massive amount of people playing it, but it's not an RPG MMO anymore. It really isn't. You know, I don't have the same. I would say I don't really have the same. Even though I love them all dearly, I don't have the same affinity with my classes that I did back then, because they're all quite homogenised. They're all quite samey, and you know, they don't have that uniqueness that they used to have. You know, when I used to log on to my warlock, man, that's a hell of a lot different from logging on to my priest, you know. Oh yeah, of course, they were wizards. They can do the same thing. They can melt face and all that sort of stuff. But with my warlock, I can go in and take on like 6, 7, 8 mobs. No problem. At max level with gear, right? I'm not talking about straight out on level 5. Level 5, you'd be lucky to take on 2 with the Void Walker, what it is, until you get some points. I think you get improved Void Walker and stuff like that. Yeah, because your pets would level up with you. No, actually, your pets. I'm trying to think. I think without, like, if you had a hunter, if you had a pet, and you were level 25, you would then go to a zone where they had a tiger that was level 10, right? When you tamed that pet would remain at level 10. You would have to go and level that pet. So then you would have to go to a field and sort of kick out some damage on things until that pet leveled. So what I'm saying by it is that even that in itself is a decision you have to make, right? Because you have to think about it. You have to go, right, okay, well, I can't just keep going willy-nilly going getting these pets, because I've got to like level them, you know, and I want to play the game sometime today, right? So you have to think, right, okay, what pet can I get? What pet's best for what I need it for? You need a tanking pet, of course, because you're going to be leveling. So you go, all right, I need to get a bear. I can get a bear, and I'm going anywhere and get a bear. That's all good. But then, oh, you know, maybe I'll, you know, I want a DPS, so I want to, you know, I want to get a cat. So, but the only level cat is like 3 levels ahead of me. Oh, so you can't tame that. You can't go and tame a pet that's 3 levels above you. You can't do it. So you have to wait or go to a zone that you can find a pet of cat in. So what I'm saying is that every decision you make has a consequence, and it will then eat into your gameplay, and you know you will suffer for your art, basically. I think to a lot of people that'll be a real shock. It'll be a real shock to people. I'm not saying that, you know, well, that's it. The game's done. Yeah, you got this dude out here. Not sure why I'm doing this so slowly. It's because I'm talking at the same time. Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people. It will put a lot of people off. You know, I've heard, like, I listened to the Instance. I don't know if you listen to the Instance podcast with Scott Johnson, and he's saying, no way, I'm not going to go and play that. There's no way I can go back and do that. And you know, he was an original Warcraft player, and he's like, nah, no way, I'm going back to doing all that crap again. But he's very, very much a Blizzard fanboy. You know what I mean? Like the current people. Obviously, he's got a lot more. invested politic in the people that are now there now and running it, and he is very, 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 very Blizzard centric. You know, blinkers on about everything they do. Well, I love Blizzard. I love playing their games, but I think, you know, for me, as I said, there's room for both games. What else do I need to do here? Am I done? Right. Okay. So I can now go back. We'll go to call to rest now. Sorry, I'm gonna have a drink because it's really hot in here. And I've got the curtains closed because my cat's asleep. I hope everyone loves it. I hope everyone enjoys it, and I hope everyone really gets a sense of what it was about, and then makes their own mind up and say, yeah, I want to carry on playing this, or don't want to play it. That's what it's all about. But yeah, as I said, you know, that's the advice I'd like to give anyone that's thinking about playing or not really sure on how to approach it, how to sort of plan out their gameplay, because it is really I know it sounds silly, it's not like it's a life-changing situation, but it really is good for you to plan what you want to do within it, because as I said, you have to invest a lot of time in getting one of these characters to 60. And I'll tell you, there's nothing worse, believe me, because I've been there. And as you probably know, I'm a bit of an autoholic. I've got a lot of... I think right now I've got 7, 8, 110s. But only maybe four I play religiously. And it's hard. And it was bloody hard then, because you know what it's like, right? You're standing there in a field and you're fighting... And all of a sudden you see this like shiny new class that's just come out in this expansion. Like Demon Hunter whizzes past, takes on 4 mobs, and you know, you think, oh Jesus, I wish I'd rolled one of them. I mean, it's different now. I'm using it as an example, right? I mean, it's different now. You can just buy one, but in those days, nah. You know, you think, oh okay. And bear in mind, people didn't really know what they were doing. Now it'd be a lot quicker because people know what they're doing, right? People like me have been playing this game 15 years, so if I don't know what I'm doing by now, I'm in trouble, right? What's this? Great. Mission tables. Gonna miss them. Yeah. You know, such interesting gameplay. Right, what do we do then? How do I get to... Oh, I've got to choose. Need to choose where I'm going. Well, where's most of my quests in Cold Terrace? There, Tira's Guard. Well, let's go to Tira's Guard then. Yeah, that'll do. Can I just get on the boat? Please let me just get on the boat. Can I get on the boat? Ugh. It gets a little bit boring when you've done this. Yep. Can I get on the boat now? Good. 6, 7 times. Yeah, so as I said, just think about it logically. Go, right, okay, maybe what you understand is everyone will be playing a rogue because they did back then. If you want to tank, you want to be playing a warlock. If you want to be a healer, you want to be a priest. Alliance have got dwarf priests which have got fear ward, which basically basically means they can't get feared. It's called fear ward. Oh shit! Do I need to get up there? What do you want? Yeah, whatever. Where's my? Okay, my water strider. Coolest animation in the game. Look, ready? Yeah, so everyone will be playing rogue, melee DPS. Everyone will be playing warrior because they want to tank and think it's really, really easy. Okay, I tanked in vanilla for a little bit, and yeah, fun. It is good. It's a lot different. It's a hell of a lot different, but you know, you have to think about what you're doing. Everyone will be rolling priests to heal because priests basically the Mac Daddies. They are the Mac Daddies. Whether you're Alliance or Horde, if you're Alliance, you go PVE. If you're Alliance, you go Dwarf. If you're Horde, you go Troll. PvP, I'll go undead, because they're the coolest race, which I am. I'm not. The apple isn't falling far from the tree as far as I'm concerned with my choices of my races, because both my priest and my warlock would be undead, because it's going to happen whether I like it or not, really. Have I got a kill here? Brood Mother Resora. Right. Okay. Brood Mother Resora's dead. Yeah, so rogue, warrior, priest. Now they'll, as far as you probably get quite a few people playing paladin, but prepare to heal, because you ain't gonna be doing much. You ain't gonna be doing much DPS, I'm afraid, if that's your favourite class. Yeah, I did have. I mean, there was rep paladins around, but you know, if you want to sort of cross contaminate, do PvP, you won't be doing much DPS in vanilla. Trust me. So be careful choosing that class. And of course, only your alliance only. Shaman the same thing. Whether you're enhancement or elemental doesn't really matter. You'll be healing probably in PvE. Sorry, that's the way it is. But and unfortunately, without sounding too cynical, that's what will happen if you decide that you want. You don't want to get to 60 and go, oh Jesus, you know what? I shouldn't have picked this class because all I can do is heal. Druids are a great class to play, as you probably know, and in PvP they are gods at Warsong Gulch, because they can flag carry, and you don't have a mount in PvP, so try catching a druid when you can't bloody mount. Trust me, there ain't many classes that can catch them back in those days. So yeah, druids, again, you'll be either healing or you'll be flag running. That's what you'll be doing. Simple as that. Balance, yeah, okay, there'll be a few around, but so you need to be careful what you pick. It's not a case of just going, oh, I play a balanced druid now and I'll just go and run in and play a balanced druid in classic, because whether you think you're really, really good at it, other people will go, well, yeah, but we don't need that, sorry. And that's what will happen, my friends. It really will. So be careful what you choose. So, yeah, for healing, go priest. Druid, if you want to heal as well. Now, range DPS is an interesting one, because warlocks are very, very good. They're a good solo class. If you want to roll on a PvP server and solo, they're a good class to have. Major course, very strong. All the wizards are strong in PvP, I would say. But again, like priests, priests. If I want to go to get my anathema benediction, I'll probably have to heal. I won't be able to go as a shadow priest. No way. But I don't really mind. Always wanted to do it, and I will do it, and I will probably film it, so that'll be good. Me getting my anathema benediction, that is one of the things I do want to do. So it means I've got to socialise and everything, which I haven't done in this game for a very long time, apart from with you, my friends. And yeah, so all the wizards are strong, but there's certain other classes that will specs, not classes so much, but certain specs will really get downtrodden and left in dirt, and that unfortunately is the way. That is the game. That is the way it is. It really is quite cutthroat. If you don't play a certain class, you might not get in certain raids. So just be careful. Do your homework on what you want to play before you start leveling, because as I said, getting to 60 is a real ball ache. And it's meant to be. It's meant to be about the journey. And the journey for your character is getting that 60. Read all the quests. Go and have a bit of fun. Just lose yourself in the zone, which I used to do. I used to love going out to those little, what I used to call outpost zones, like Feralus and stuff like that, and just get lost on the coast, killing giants and stuff like that. That's what I used to do. I used to love being out in the world. And maybe that's why today, I was off today, why I've decided to just sort of run around and get my 3 characters from 120 up until getting some of this world quest stuff. Okay, I'm so lazy when I do this one. I try and find other people killing stuff and then I just join in. I'm on my own here, aren't I? Oh, there's one. Yeah, if you ever do this quest, just kill these big fuckers. You get this done quicker. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so just be really, really on the ball. And as you know, you got till the end of August. It's not coming out till the end of August, so just think about it, look at it, go, okay, what do I not want to do? You know, if you definitely don't want to, you know, you want to play at end game, but you don't want to heal, then don't play a priest. You can turn around and go, oh yeah, I'm the best shadow priest in the world, but what you got to remember is there's going to be a lot less people probably playing at end game. You know, all the people that are saying, oh yeah, classic's the best game ever, you know, they'll probably all, a lot of them will drop out at 30. Oh shit, I need to do this, don't I? You know, and they won't see him again. So come 60, I'm not really sure how many servers they're going to have up, but come 60, get it. You know, the pickings will probably be slim, and you know there'll always be a big shout out for healers, and there'll always be a big shout out for tanks, because that's generally what people don't want to do. By nature, human beings don't want the responsibility. They want to stand at the back and pew pew, right, and look cool. That's why I play a warlock. Yeah, just sort of stitched myself up there, didn't I? Yeah. So anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think I've done about 45 minutes and I've just waffled on, haven't I? Yeah, it's a little bit of fun. As always, of course, I like to think. Let me know what you think about what I've spoke about. I'm really interested to see what you've got to say. And yeah, give me your feedback and views, because obviously this is as much part of you guys as me. I just do it because you guys like me doing it. So well, all of 100 of you anyway. And that's it. Yeah, so that's the end of we got to talk about something, and or whatever call it. I was going to call it something along those lines, and now I'm just waffling. So yeah, yeah, I will see you soon. So enjoy, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, and don't forget to leave a like if you want another episode. Take care. Bye bye.